Hello everyone, I'm back again with another video. Today I want to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. This console's been revealed to be in progress by Nintendo, but at this point we have no other details other than the fact that it is coming and that it does exist. We don't even know anything of what it's called yet, but I'm just going to call it the Nintendo Switch 2 for this video, just because I do feel like that's what it's going to be. So in this video I'm mainly just going to kind of talk about my predictions of just any details that I think may happen about this console, and then when it does get revealed and comes out, I'll film an unboxing video, and then I'll make a video showing what I was right about and what I wasn't right about. Obviously, I have no inside information here. This is all just speculation, just from a fan. So, yeah, I bought my Nintendo Switch, which I have right here, on launch day. I went to a local Meijer, actually, and bought it, and it's obviously been a really great system the last 7 or so years, or however long it's been. It doesn't feel like it's been this long, but it has been. But yeah, I'm excited for the next console because I do feel like this one's hardware it's getting a little dated at this point. I think it's time for something new. So yeah, this is what I think is going to be new about the next console. First, I want to go over the price point. When the Switch launched, it was $300, which I think is a insanely good price point to hit. It's not too expensive. It kind of keeps it in that realm of it's going to be obtainable for most people. I think the new console is going to be, I think it's going to be a little price increase. I think it's going to be $400. That's my opinion. Just because if they're going to be putting in some of the specs that I'm going to name off here soon, I think that the price is going to need to increase. Although it's been, some time has passed since this Switch. The cost of goods is still going to be pretty expensive for them to produce this thing. So I think the price, we will see a slight increase, maybe $350, but I'm thinking $400. Like, I would not be shocked at all if it's $400. And I still think that's a pretty good price. It's still less than the full-fledged PS5 and Xbox Series X. Obviously, those consoles have digital versions, which then it would match the price of those. And I think they would still be competitive in that market. I think for the controllers, the Joy-Con controllers, I think they're going to be a little larger this time around. I think the joysticks are going to be bigger and they're going to be more reliable, as obviously we had a lot of issues with Joy-Con drift, which my original Joy-Cons did eventually suffer that, like many years ago, probably 5 years ago now. But yeah, I think the controllers are going to be a little bigger. That was like a complaint a lot of people had, the buttons kind of being small and stuff like that. So I think this new system will have larger controllers, and I think they're going to be more comfortable to use on their sides. I do think the original Joy-Cons will still be compatible, but they're just not gonna, no one's gonna want to use them. I think once these new controllers come out, I have a feeling they're going to be a massive improvement. As for hardware specifications, obviously the CPU, I have no idea. For RAM, I think the current Switch has 4 gigabytes of RAM. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, so the current Switch has 4 gigabytes of RAM, which isn't very much, but considering it's a handheld, that's still pretty good, all things considered. A lot of rumors are coming out that the new Switch is going to have 12 gigabytes. I don't know if I believe that. I think that's a lot. I think if it has that, that'd be amazing. I'm thinking 8. I'm thinking 8 gigabytes is what Nintendo's going to target to keep the price down. Maybe later on there'll be a 12 gig model, or like the development kits will have 12 gigabytes, but I just think the consumer ones that we're going to get, I think they're 8 gigs. I'd be shocked if it's anything more than that. For the screen and everything like that, or actually we'll go over storage first. For storage, I think the base model is going to have, I'm going to say like 160 gigabytes of storage, which would be like double of the OLED. I think that's what it's going to be. For the screen, I think we're going to move up to a 1080p OLED panel. I don't think we're going to go back to LCDs. I think it's going to be an OLED right off the bat. And the resolution is going to go from 720 to 1080p for the built-in display. So the Switch OLED has a 7-inch screen. I don't think we're going to get too much bigger than that. Maybe 8 inches for the screen, I think, is the absolute biggest it's going to be. I don't really see them going much bigger than that. And I honestly think it's going to stay a 7-inch display. But yeah, we'll see. As for video output to the TV, I think this will be our first 4K Nintendo console. I think Nintendo is going to make the leap here to 4K. Everyone else has done it for a while now, and I just think it's time for them to do it. A lot of people have 4K TVs now, and I think it would definitely be a useful feature for sure. And then undocked will obviously be 1080p, I think. Little features they may add, I think they're going to add, I could see built-in microphone happening to the controllers, maybe a camera, kind of like the Wii U. I could see them adding that to like the top of the screen, kind of like the Wii U. That could create some interesting games, I'm sure, for like Mario Party and stuff like that. And that's probably about it for like the hardware itself. I think at launch, we're going to have one big game, that like one big new game, and then maybe like a remake or something. I think the one big game, I think if they did a new Mario Kart, it would be impossible to find this thing. Like, we're not going to be able to find these systems for years and years and years, just like the PS5, and people will be selling them on eBay for probably $500 or more, which is ridiculous. I will not be doing that. I'm a reseller, but even I have standards. Yeah, I don't think that's the most ethical thing to do, but you know, it is what it is. But I do think these are going to be heavily scalped consoles, especially if there is a big game at launch, like Mario Kart 9. Like, that would be insane. I think for a remake, it's going to be a Switch game. I could see maybe Mario Odyssey getting remade. I could see that being possible. A lot of rumors are hinting at Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I don't see why they would do that with Tears of the Kingdom being out, but who knows. So the battery life of the old Switch was always around like 3 to 7 hours. So I guess this is another hardware thing. I just remembered this, but I think I don't think the battery life's gonna get any better. I think it may actually get worse. I think we may top out at like 5 hours, which is about what I remember getting on the original Switch. The later models got better and better, just from the CPUs being less power intensive and stuff like that. But yeah, I think the battery life's not gonna improve at all. I also think we're gonna get, I keep thinking of hardware things now. I think we're gonna get a new dock too. I don't think this Switch is gonna fit in the old dock. I think it's gonna be a smaller, more compact design, and it's just gonna be laid out a little different to where it won't fit in the old ones. And the old docks probably wouldn't be capable anyway of outputting a 4K video, if that ends up being true. And my last thing I wanted to talk about is backwards compatibility. I do think that it's going to happen. I would be shocked if there isn't backwards compatibility. I think it would be a big mistake if there isn't. But I do think backwards compatibility will happen. And I even think there may be like upscaling modes. So maybe like our old Switch games could be upscaled to 4K and look a little sharper. So that would be a definite plus as well. So yeah, that's basically all my predictions. We'll see once the console comes out. If any of this ends up being true, probably won't, but we will see. You never know with Nintendo. They've done some weird things in the past, and I really, truly do think there is going to be some huge game at launch. They don't want another Wii U situation where there's Mario U and no one really cares. There's going to be some huge title that's going to sell the system, just like the original Switch with Zelda. But it's not going to be Zelda this time. There's no way. So it's going to be some kind of Mario game, I'm guessing. Just like I said, I think Mario Kart it's going to happen, I think. So yeah, anyway, that's the video. I will make a sequel to this once the system gets announced and when it gets released and everything like that, and we'll see how right I was or how wrong I was. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to me talk here, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.